Hi, I'm Jenny of Jenny Reads, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Lisa Orban, who is the CEO and all things awesome about Indies United Publishing House, a co-op system set up for authors. So Lisa, give me an idea, how did this all get started?
Got mad. When people tell you that getting mad doesn't solve anything, tell them they're wrong. I do a lot of good things when I get mad. But no, the publishing world it's based on the entirely on the backs of authors. And yet they're the only ones that are considered in the entire process. So, editors get paid and CEOs get paid and, book vendors get paid, and the author sits there and goes, "Hey, I'm here." They're ignored until needed, and which is unfortunate for a lot of artistic people, in not just in book writing, but across the board. But there's so many people out there that are so willing to prey on unwary authors when it comes to editing and book covers and the whole gambit of things. You see the advertising for $9,099, we'll put your books up on Amazon, and I'm like, you can do that for free.
Yeah. There's got to be a better way.
Right. And I can show you a better way. So, I mean, I'm not saying we do it all for free. We can't, we run a business, but we are honest, and we really do our best for our authors. We really do put our authors first. They are our primary concern. We don't take royalties. So the book selling aspect, we want you to sell books. We want you to sell a lot of books. But that's not our driver. Our driver is making sure our authors are happy, which makes us a real outlier when it comes to book publishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I work with several houses, and I got to say that's the one thing I hear from your clients all the time is the above and beyond. So tell me what indies can do that somebody on their own couldn't do.
Nothing. I mean, I'm being really truthful here. Here's what we do, okay? Publishing is not intuitive. It means anyone could do what our authors do, but it will take a lot of work. So if you want to spend hours and hours and hours and hours of digging through a deep dive on the internet and trying to figure it all out on your own, you can. What we do is we make it easy. If you have a question, I have an answer. If I don't have an answer, I know how to find the answers. We have a whole community of authors that support all each other, and we help each other out, and we're always there for each other. So we give you a sense of community, which is not really something that's found a lot. So we help you get your books ready. We make sure that you use all the useful things. We keep you up to date on everything that's going on in the industry. Ways to get your books out there. We may help you make connections with other people you may not have ever known. So again, we do everything anyone else can do. I'm not going to say that we're entirely special, but we make it easy for you. We give it to you in bite-sized pieces and chunks, and sometimes we'll just go, give it to me and I take care of it for you. So you just drop it in my lap and then you walk away because it's taken care of.
Right.
And you can't do that when you're publishing all on your own. You just can't. It's every single detail, every single thing, every aspect, everything has to be on you. And I'll come up with ideas. My authors will come up with ideas and go, "Hey, have you ever thought about this?" I'm like, "No." And then we try it, we roll with it. And sometimes really good things come from it, and sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay, because we're always trying new things and we're always finding new ways to get you out in front of people. And we reach probably 1 million or more people every month. So if you can do that on your own, you can. But it's harder. I mean, it's just going to be harder because it will 100% every single detail and aspect will be on you.
Okay. So when an author comes to you and says, "I've got a book," how much creative control do they retain on their book?
Most. If it is a badly edited book, I'm going to go, okay, this has got to be fixed. But I won't tell them they they can't. I won't take their book and make it my book.
Okay.
Um, I'll help guide them, and I'll help them get to where they need to be, and I'll get them to the people they need to see, and do the things. But now our authors, when they come to us, I mean, they are responsible for getting their own editing and their own book covers, but that also means that those book covers are theirs. They're not mine. I don't lay claim to them. So if you were to ever leave us, you can take your book covers, you can take your content. All of that is yours. So it's a trade-off. I could provide those things, but then they would be mine.
Right. Right.
So this, I think, is just, I think it's a better fit for a lot of our authors who want to keep the control of what their covers look like. They get to decide what their covers look like. And I will give suggestions. Sometimes I go, that looks a little, maybe not. Sometimes, usually they listen to me, not always. And that happens, but it is their cover and it's their book. Once we've accepted their book, it's still their book.
Right.
Our job is to package it in such a way that it reaches the most people.
Okay. So once they have the book all packaged and they're ready
Mhm.
and it gets released, what do you do to get the word out there about new books?
Oh, advertising. Yeah.
That dreaded word.
Oh, I market, I advertise, I talk to people. Okay, so let's see. We advertise on all the major social media. So we got Snapchat and Facebook and X, LinkedIn, the stuffs. Uh, we also do some what they call book funnels, and we do newsletters, and we make announcements. We do. We're even on Pinterest. We're all over the place. So, and then our authors will also pick up that advertising. They'll spread it across their social media. So we're always kind of tweaking things a little bit, but we always hit all the major social media groups. And we have other companies we work with that I send off our books to and say, hey, these are our books going out. So they'll showcase them on their websites. Um, you know, um, we're always adding things, but the basics always kind of stay the same. We do a press release, that kind of stuff. It's pretty typical of what you would probably find in some bigger houses.
Right.
I may not have quite the name of, Random House or something, but I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. I'm gonna get there.
All right.
Oh, I
So
do want to say one thing. When you ask me about their books and what belongs to them, the two things that don't belong to our authors once their book is published is the um ISBNs
mhm,
and the Library of Congress control numbers that hinge on those ISBNs.
mhm.
We do provide those, and they're in our name, and we legally couldn't even give them to you if we wanted to.
Right.
So if you do ever leave, then those have to stay with us, and you would have to republish it as a
Mhm.
second or third, whatever edition.
Right. And that is standard across the industry.
It
The
is.
publishing house always owns the ISBN. It gives you that coverage of being in a house.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is a nice side. So the author's ready. Got my book, got everything ready. What do you wish they knew before they say, okay, here's my book? Before they come to you and say, I'm ready.
I want to give you a test. Tell me about your book in 50 words.
Yeah. The old elevator pitch that nobody seems to be able to do anymore, but yeah.
It's like, I wrote the book. I didn't know there's going to be a test. Blah, blah. I've actually gotten blah, blah, blah. Words are hard. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Words are hard. I really, trying to sell your book comes down to how fast can you make someone interested in your book?
Mhm.
I want you to have a good cover because people really do judge books by their covers. I want the layout of your book to be neat and organized and to make sense, because people don't like chaos when they read. But mostly what I really need my authors to do when they come in and whenever I get a new book, I send them an information sheet and I say, I need you to provide for me as much as you can. I need you to tell me in 50 words or less what this book is about. And then I'll give you up to 500 words to tell me what your book is about. But that 50 word or less is what I use in 90% of their advertising. So if it is clunky or it doesn't make sense, and I will help them rework it, I'll go, what is this? Are these sentences? I'm pretty sure. Are they really about your book? But what you want to do, you don't want to give away the plot. You want to give a tease so that people want to read the plot.
Right.
So you don't want to say so and so killed so and so. No, don't tell me that. Give me a tease. And it's hard. It is really hard for authors to do, and that's one of the big ones that there's a lot of struggle back and forth between me and my authors, because again, I want to give them as much, control their creativity, but I also want to try and push them into, you can do that, but you're not going to sell books.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So choice is yours. And I'm not saying that when it comes to what people are going to buy, I am omnipotent. God, I wish I was omnipotent. But I do have I do have a fairly good feel for things that sell.
Mhm.
And what people find visually attractive and what they look for.
Yeah.
If you're going to write a book series, make sure all the books are in the same size.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The market, and I think a lot of authors don't realize that there's a whole market end there. And if
Right.
you're not addressing the market issues, your book's going to sit there very nicely and gather dust.
Right. And I will do everything I can, but an author still will have to step up. They can hand me the book and walk away. I mean, that's their right. It's their book.
Mhm.
And I will, we may, there's book trailers that go out and we do advertising and it's on the website and so on and so forth. I will do everything I can. But here's the thing. I can't do for their book what an author can do for their book.
Yeah.
And that is go on podcasts like this, talk to book groups, have the interviews,
Mhm. The face-to-face stuff. Yeah.
the face-to-face stuff, because they are their best advocate for their book.
Yeah.
Because if they don't care about it, why should the reader?
Exactly. Exactly. And I think a lot of authors don't realize that. If I had one piece of advice, it would be, when you're done writing, you are not done.
No.
It's just starting, and you need to be involved. So I understand that you need to create and you need to keep writing, but you also got to put some effort into the other end, or it is just going to sit there and be a very premature stop for somebody. And
And the thing of it is in this publishing, in the way the publishing has changed, it doesn't matter if you're independent, if you go with a hybrid like me, or you go to the traditional house. Every one of those aspects are going to require you to do these interviews and the marketing and the face to face and the rah buy my book.
yeah.
Because and again, I mean, and that's big houses too. I mean, if you have a name like Stephen King, you could
Right. Yeah.
publish a laundry list and people would buy it. But I'm not Stephen King,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
probably neither are you. So you need to get people interested in you. You need to have that, you need to make that connection that people can go, oh, I saw that interview with so and so, and I'm really good. I can't wait till their book comes out.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Or I read that one book and I want that next one.
Yeah.
So, but the only way you can do that is if you reach out to people.
Yeah. All right, Lisa. Thank you. I think you've given us a great overview. When you're watching this video, down below is going to be links to Indies United, where you can check out her frequently asked questions and the other authors and what books are currently available, get a feel for the whole industry. Lisa is incredibly easy to get in touch with, and she's very responsive. So if you have questions, just ask. And thank you, Lisa, for giving us an overview today. I appreciate your time.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, you take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.